Hey Sydney, I'm going to give you my feedback on your draft through this narrated screen capture. Looking at your APA first, just really quickly, it looks pretty good. The only thing that there's two things that I noticed. One is when you do direct quotes, you need to include the page number. So that would be, oh my gosh, this is automatically inserted. Okay, I don't know how to fix this then. Edit citation. Yes, you need to add the pages in there. So whatever it is, I don't remember if it's 742 or, you can fix it and put the right page number in there. But you need to include page numbers when you do direct quotes. Actually, you can include them all the time. APA prefers you always include a page number, but doesn't require it unless it's a direct quote. You do not want to use any contractions because it makes your writing sound more casual, and you want to sound as professional as possible. Your reference, actually you can just put reference because there's just one. That should not be in bold. This is all correct. BMJ should be capitalized. And then you need to include where you got it, which I gave it to you, I understand, but because it's got a DOI, the digital object identifier, it doesn't want to give me the capital. Hold on. I don't want a capital letter. There you go. So you need to put in the DOI and then put in the number right, there's no space, just DOI colon and then the number. It's on the last page of the article. You'll be able to find it there. So make sure you add that DOI in. Okay, that being said, now let me take a look at the paper itself. It looks like it's well organized. I kind of took a brief glance at it, but now let me take a look exactly what's happening. Amy Freeman discusses the controversy of paying organ donors in her article, paying, I would say, living organ donors. The article goes into detail about why it is ethically, logically, and morally wrong to not pay the people that donate an organ to save a life. Amy Freeman successfully persuaded her audience through rhetorical strategies that compensating living organ donors with a monetary reward should be legalized. Excellent. Okay, good opening. Just make sure you have the word living or live in there so that we know, so it's specific. Claim of policy. Minority uses a claim of policy must do so in a way to meet certain criteria. The first criteria, be careful with this. It's getting a little too wordy and long, and you need to keep it concise. I would and don't talk about claim of policy in general. I would be more specific to Friedman. Just say, Friedman's argument is a claim of policy. In order to successfully persuade her audience of her claim of policy or to accept her claim of policy, she must first convince her audience that the problem exists, and second, that her solution will work. Something like that. Here you're talking about it in general, claims of policy. That's not the most effective way of doing it. It sounds more like you are trying to teach your audience a lesson on what claim of policy is. Don't do that. Discuss it using Friedman specifically. Okay, and a lot of people did this, so this is don't feel bad. That's exactly what a lot of students are doing. Okay, addressing the problem. Friedman sets up her argument by discussing the problem with kidney donation. And it's not just kidney donation, but okay, she states that since payment for organs is illegal in most countries, people may travel to the donor's homeland for chance. Okay, good. This quote lets the audience know two problems that are going on. First, that people are traveling overseas to donate so they can be paid, and secondly, that they are most likely being exploited because they aren't paid enough. One, people aren't traveling overseas to donate. They're traveling overseas to purchase, I do believe. That's what they're traveling to the donor's homeland. So be careful you're getting this correct. But yeah, in general, this is correct. And then my question, like what I would put on here if I were grading it, I'd put and question mark. So I'd be like, and, I wouldn't put two D's in there. And the reason why is because you need to explain, analyze how this actually convinces her audience that the problem exists. Friedman presents the problem of unpaid organ donation again in further information. Again, give the page number. Amy includes this to explain that donors, not Amy, don't ever just call her Amy. just Friedman. It's either Amy L. Friedman or Friedman. And once you introduce her as Amy L. Friedman, from there on in, you need to be calling her just Friedman. Friedman includes this to explain that donors are giving more than just their organ. When they donate, donors give their time, pay their, okay. Therefore, donors, again, take out all these contractions. Okay, and so she's giving us this information. Is she persuading her audience that this actually is a problem? I mean, you're saying this is what she's telling her audience, but how is that enough? So explain how that convinces them. Solving the problem. Amy Friedman ends her argument by discussing the solution. Friedman includes this in her solution. Again, give the patient number. She continues to include that there would be criteria for donors. The audience knows at this point in the article that if payment is overseen by an objective body, it will. Okay, good. Go a little bit further with that, but this is the type of analysis that I'm really looking for in every paragraph that you have. So good start. Ethos. She included a rhetorical strategy of ethos. Ethos is used in piece of writing. Be careful about giving me a lesson on ethos. Okay, I don't need a lesson on ethos. Oop, that's not what I meant to do. That's very weird. Okay. So incorporates this with paper so that her claims are supported. Credentials. Remains credentials going to advantage to her before they even. Okay, good. Good. Donors needs to know that the author of the article is known. Remains credentials. Okay, use of credible sources. Okay, good. Logos. Comparing donations. Okay, you are almost there. You are so close to having this paper where it needs to be. You're missing those last couple of things. If you go to Unit 1, Paper 1, and the grade sheet for Paper 1, there's a portion in it that says, basically, this might not be the exact wording, but it's identify the strategy she's using, explain how and why she uses it, how does it affect her audience, and how does that help to persuade her audience. How is it affecting her audience, and how does it help to persuade them is what you're missing. Sometimes you have how it affects her audience in there, which is great because a lot of students don't even have that. But then how does that help persuade them? That you're missing for almost all of these. But it looks pretty good. So those would be my comments. Apply those to the entire paper. If you have any other questions, let me know. But this is a really good first draft. You have a little bit of analysis to do, a little bit of cleaning up with your APA, and that's about it. So good job.